Thanks for listening to your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm Arif Halaby, Total Financial Solutions, Save for Money Hour, talking about your family's finances and getting out of debt, managing money, planning for retirement. Folks, you're hearing Arif's top 13 of 2013 companies, individuals, and organizations on our special program this hour, talking about the folks that made a difference in our life in 2013. Why is that such an important part to Total Financial Solutions? Because we had a successful year, and I think that most of us will forget, and it's very easy, and you look in the mirror and you go, look what I did. Well, folks, I don't think we do that. I don't think we should do that. Because when you look in the mirror, you got to say, who helped me get to where I am? And let me tell you, if you got a list of people and organizations, the very last one, the U.S. government or the state or the federal, right? It should never be. That's not their job. It's people coming together. It's making a difference. Sometimes you need a little help. Sometimes you need someone to help your friends or your family. Well, that's what this next person did for us. He helped our clients navigate some very difficult times. I think we're still in a recession. If we're coming out of it, it's very slow for some people. And on the line with us is a person who's been a friend and a colleague for many years, helping a lot of our clients and helping Total Financial Solutions become successful, Mr. David Lozano. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Arif. How are you?
I am fantastic, thanks. Hey, Dave, you've been an attorney since 1993. That's pretty important because you have seen recessions, maybe even depressions, some might say, ups and downs in the economy, bankruptcies coming and going. You have made a difference in our client's life. Gosh, Dave, I think I've known you, I want to say 15 years or so. It's got to be something like that, maybe even longer. Tell me what you have seen in 2013. Any trends, anything's happening one way or the other?
Well, the loan modification situation has finally started to dwindle down. We were experiencing all types of problems with mortgage lenders leading people down the wrong path in that regard and actually causing them to go into bankruptcy because of promises made and then, of course, broken.
We have seen that time and time again.
That has now finally started to dwindle, and people are stepping away from that. But what has happened now, of course, as you probably, I'm sure, well know, is that we're seeing an enormous amount of unemployment, and jobs that were stable are just now not there anymore, and so that's what we're really facing right now in the bankruptcy field.
Dave, we have seen time and time again clients come through our office that are in the loan modification world, that are trying to figure things out. They're walking through that. And you're right. Some of these things that you hear, the promises, they're just not real. I don't know how these banking institutions can do that and yet come out on the other side and expect an individual to not have financial problems when the story's over.
That's right. That's right. I don't know how, they do seem to get away with it, though, and although yes, there were major investigations, and some of the banks, of course, were finally brought to light, Bank of America being one of them. They were starting to finally get shaken out a little bit, but unfortunately, the way the rulings ended up is that Bank of America was, as an example, there were several banks, but they were forced to give so-called reimbursements, but they couldn't identify who all of them were, and so they actually ended up picking them at random.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Those people out. It was horrible.
Oh, how ridiculous. Dave, one of the things that we're seeing is a lot of these people are involved in this loan modification, and the banks will say, just make 6 months of payments or 3 months of payments at this new payment level. If you do that, then we'll consider you at the end. What is your advice to people like that?
Well, a lot of people don't really know how to present a loan mod the correct way, and the worst thing that they do is they basically listen to the lender and follow what they're told because they have no reason to doubt them. They don't know any other way to do it. But the way it's supposed to really be done is that if you did need a loan modification, first of all, we are speaking of loan mod, so that means your house has to actually be upside down. If you have equity in your home, that would be just a standard refinance. But for those that have homes that are upside down and you're trying to lower the monthly payment or lower the interest rate, obviously the first thing you have to do, of course, is to submit the loan mod application. However, the key to success in this regard is that you must attach to it a cover letter to the lender that basically presents your offer. Not what most people do is that they actually submit the application and they give no direction to the lender as to what they need. They simply submit the application, and whatever deal the lender presents them, they simply try to make a decision on that. That's the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, that's actually a negotiation point. So in loan modifications, how many clients, how many people have you seen in 2013, would you say?
Oh, my gosh, thousands.
Wow. And your practice, Dave, is not just here in Santa Clarita, but it reaches all the way out to the Antelope Valley, where, of course, we have a lot of listeners. It goes into the San Fernando Valley, goes into the San Gabriel Valley. Are you seeing any kind of trends happening as far as community goes? Maybe there's more issues in one part of the Santa Clarita, or not Santa Clarita, but Southern California, another part of Southern California, anything like that?
There is a slight roller coaster effect per areas. It does seem to be that way. In the big picture of things, the so-called Los Angeles County, San Bernardino, Riverside County, it's really broken down as Southern California. And Southern California, it follows a relatively same trend. So I wouldn't say that the smaller, Antelope Valley versus San Fernando Valley, I wouldn't necessarily say there's that big of a gap. But certainly there's a slow return in the Antelope Valley, let's say, or slower return than most other areas.
Well, it's interesting that some of that has impacted the communities, and it's often organizations that have made a difference in people's lives. It could be things like the aerospace industry. It could be companies that are the entertainment industry. And I'm sure that affects the trends, if you will, in some cases, where if aerospace is doing well, then that can slow the rates of bankruptcies. If you're looking at issues in the entertainment industry, maybe the San Fernando Valley doesn't hurt as much. But I can see that happening. Dave, I want to thank you for being one of Arif's top 13 of 2013. Just something we thought we'd do because you make a difference in people's lives. And Dave, you made a difference in a lot of people that worked for us, that clients that have come through, and that's pretty important. We want to thank you for making that difference.
You're quite welcome, Arif. It's always a pleasure.
Dave Lozano, one of Arif's top 13 of 2013, bankruptcy attorney. Dave, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way is to give us a call here at the main office. That would be area code. I'm going to give you the area code 626, even though we're located everywhere, so to speak, but the headquarters in the call center is at 626-802-5680, 626-802-5680, and by all means, people are welcome to call and ask questions and see if we can help them out.
That's Dave Lozano, folks, bankruptcy attorney. You can always go to hometownstation.com, click on us, Total Financial Solutions, and we'll get you all of his information. Thanks again for joining us, David. Arif's top 13 of 2013, Total Financial Solutions on your place for news, talk, and information. AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back.